Welcome to lesson 3 on least common multiples. The least common multiple, or the LCM, of two numbers is the least common multiple that the two numbers share. Okay, so in order to find our least common multiple, we are going to first list the numbers from the problem at the top of our M. We use an M because we're trying to measure the multiples here. List the multiples of each number on the diagonal lines outside of the M. We're going to circle all of the common multiples between each list. The smallest circled number from step 3 is our LCM. Okay, so the first strategy that we're going to be able to use is to find the common multiples of a number. We will make a large M, listing the multiples of each number down the side and circling the first multiple that they share. So I'm going to go ahead and do step 1, which is listing the numbers from the problem, 10 and 15, at the top of my M. Now, down the sides, I'm going to start listing the multiples of 10 and the multiples of 15. Let's start with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, okay? Now, I usually just go a couple of numbers and then try the other side. And if I don't get a multiple, then I just come back to each side and keep going until I have a multiple. So on the right side, I'm going to list the multiples of 15, starting with 15, 30, 45, 60. Okay, at this point I can stop because I actually have two common multiples. I have 30 and I have 60, both of which are listed on both sides, but I'm looking for the least common multiple, so I'm going to be circling 30. And now I can say that my LCM, or my least common multiple, is 30. All right, now we're going to try a second strategy. The second strategy is to make a list of the multiples, circle the common multiples, and then identify the least common multiple. So again, I'm going to list out all the multiples of 12. Again, I just like to go 4 or 5 numbers, 4 or 5 multiples first. Now I'm going to list out the multiples of 16, starting with 16. And actually, I can stop here because I already see a common multiple of 48, which makes my LCM 48. Now, it's very important that I'm showing my work in one of these two ways. You can't just, some of these examples, you may be able to look at them and write down the LCM, but we really want you to get in the habit of showing that work. Okay, what I want you to do is try example 3 on your own and then come back and check your answer as soon as you're ready. So go ahead and pause the video now and press play as soon as you're ready to check that answer. All right, I'm glad you're back. So what I did here was I first listed 4 and 6 at the top of my M. Then I listed all of the multiples of 4 down the left side, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. I listed all the multiples of 6 down the right side, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. The smallest common number is 12, therefore my LCM is 12, okay? Now what I want you to do is go ahead and try example 4 on your own. Now 4 is going to look a little bit different because 4 we're trying to find the LCM of 6, 10, and 20. So instead of finding the least common multiple between 2 numbers, you're going to be working with 3 numbers in 3 lists, which means that whatever the common multiple is that you choose, it must be present in all 3 of the lists. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and come back as soon as you're ready to check your answer. Alrighty, thanks for coming back. So what we're going to do here is we're going to list 6, 10, and 20 at the top of our M, or our mountain, but I like to say M. We're going to list all the multiples of 6 down the diagonal side, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. Then we're going to list all the multiples of 10 down this diagonal side, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. All the multiples of 20 down this diagonal side, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Now I can see that my least common multiple is 60 because that's the smallest number that's present in all three lists. So my LCM is 60. Now with this one, I really want to specify that sometimes when you're finding the LCM, you might only go 5 numbers down into your list. And then you might go 5 numbers down into this list and 5 numbers down into this list. And you might not see a least common multiple. In that case, you just need to keep adding to the list until you get that common number. Go ahead and try the last example, number 5, on your own. Here you're trying to find the least common multiple between 12, 6, and 14. This is a little bit of a longer one. You can pause the video and come back to the video as soon as you're ready to check your answer. All right, thanks for coming back. So first we're gonna list 12, 6, and 14 at the top of our M. Then we're gonna start listing all the multiples of 12 down the side, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84. Then we're gonna list all the multiples of 6 down the next diagonal side, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 72, 78, 84. And then lastly, we're gonna list all the multiples of 14 down the diagonal side, 14, 28, 42, 56, 70, 84. Okay, and I finally see that my least common multiple between all three of these lists is 84. Therefore, my LCM is 84. At this point, please see your teacher if you have any questions at all, and then you may go ahead and begin the next activity.